Montoya, por
¡Yo no he
favor.
hecho nada, coño! ¡Solamente mentí! ¡Quiere dormir, te ha dicho! Puedo ver esto, Sandra. ¡Cabrona!
Por favor, Montoya, por
¡No
favor.
puedo!
¡Por favor, Montoya!
¡Cabrón!
¡Montoya!
What's up, everybody? My name is Prhymate. Welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, we will be trying to make sense of what's still the most nonsensical trade I've ever seen, which is the Luka to the Lakers trade. We're going to look at every single aspect of it, and if we can't come to an agreement as to why it happened, at least try to figure out what exactly happened. So let's get right to it. The player. So everybody lies. I forgot my homework at home. I'm only 15 minutes down the road. We plotted for a week to fed you the information. And this is still true in sports organizations. If a lie can help take some heat off of somebody in the organization, especially somebody higher up, they'll probably try to tell it.
Daryl Morey was a liar.
With that said, calling trading a 25-year-old Luka Doncic a win now move because defense wins championships is maybe the worst lie I've ever seen an organization try to get away with in my 20 plus years of watching the NBA. Just for some quick background, Luka's first 6 seasons as a Maverick is one of the best starts to a career in NBA history. A Rookie of the Year, 5 first-team All-NBA selections, 3 top 5 MVP finishes, and just last year, Western Conference Finals MVP too, to go along with some of the craziest stat lines we have ever seen. It's also kind of hard to stress how seemingly easy he made it all look on top of all this, when the only reference we have to how good you've been at basketball is LeBron. You're doing something right. Okay, quick personal example on how good Luka Doncic is at basketball. After years of following my favorite team, the Oklahoma City Thunder, and watching their playoff games on TV, I finally got the opportunity as an adult to go watch one in person. The atmosphere was incredible, the food was okay, and I even got to see Red Panda live again, who has apparently been doing this since 1993. What a legend.
The GOAT! The GOAT!
Anyways, the team played pretty well overall, but they lost. Why? Because Luka, who was limping around all game and at points could barely move, absolutely killed us in a loud, methodical way that really only he could. And you know the most telling part? After the game, I was disappointed, but I wasn't even that mad. 1, because it was the team's first playoffs together, and 2, it's Luka, man. At that point, it'd been 5 years of this. That's just what he does. The Mavericks beat 3 straight 50-win teams, and hurt Luka was still the main reason why. This run was highlighted by the Western Conference Finals, where he made a historically elite Timberwolves defense that just put the defending champs out in round 2 look absolutely helpless trying to do the same to him. Poor Rudy, man. The team. So at this time, I would like to say goodbye to and pay my respects to what was one of the best constructed rosters in the league, in my opinion, the 2024 Mavs. In Luka and Kyrie, the Mavs had 2 of the best offensive guards in the NBA, and after a quick adjustment period post-trade, it worked beautifully. Kyrie's scoring volume and versatility meant less load on Luka, and Luka's playmaking meant Kyrie didn't have to lead the offense. It felt like they both got to find their most ideal selves on the floor next to each other, and you could see that there was mutual respect and love between them too.
And Luka as a brother and as a teammate. What does Kyrie mean to you? Kyrie as a teammate and a brother, what does Luka mean to you?
No, we're getting emotional now.
Like you don't talk about it.
Man, when he came, nothing but supportive of everything I did, everything we did. But just helped me mature a lot, realize to see the game in a different way. And obviously in the court, it's amazing to play with a guy like him.
You know, I just have to sit back and marvel at his talent and his ability to get outside his comfort zone. And, you know, I enjoy watching him be a father. I enjoy watching him, you know, develop as a person first, and then the basketball stuff will take care of it. We all know how skilled he is. We all know his numbers and stuff like that. But I want to be a teammate and a brother next to him that helps him grow as a man and helps him achieve the things that he wants to achieve. And I know he feels the same way.
But as good as this duo was, to me the real beauty of this team was actually behind them. With the Derricks, Lively and Jones Jr., PJ Washington, and Daniel Gafford, the Mavs had enough athleticism, defense, and rebounding to stand up against any team in the league. The result? A team that could happily beat you on both ends of the floor and would punish you inside. Even on an off night, they knew if they could keep the game close late, that they had two of the best closers in the game to help put it away for them. Yeah, they ended up losing to Boston in the finals, and no, that series wasn't that close. But even then, the moves they made this summer gave me confidence they'd have another shot. They picked up Klay Thompson in free agency, who's still one of the most dangerous shooters in the league, still needs very little room to get those shots off, and still good enough on D to be helpful on the wings. In fact, pre-trade, the few minutes the team got with Klay at the 3 next to the starters were elite. They also picked up quality guard depth in Quentin Grimes, seemingly for nothing, and even after losing Jones Jr. to the Clippers in free agency, they replaced him with Najee Marshall, a tough do-it-all wing who seemed to fill that hole well. On paper, it looked like a great challenger to come out of the West again. Which is what really makes the trade so sad for me. Luka played against the Mavs for the first time about 6 weeks ago, and even with most of the Mavs group bench with injuries, and their best player from last year hooping on the other team, the game was close, because even the Mavs skeleton crew is still a solid, well-coached team. And all of the pieces they had are playing really well. They traded Grimes to the Sixers, and he's been their best player post-All-Star break. Marshall's also been great filling in for an injured Mavs group. And while it took him a bit to find his footing, Luka is still Luka as well. What could this team have accomplished if they stayed together? How good could they have been if they had been given time to gel and get healthy? I guess we'll never know. The trade. Trades happen all the time, sometimes even to the Lakers, but usually it's the stars initiating that trade due to either unhappiness with the team itself or their role on the team. Neither of these was the case, though, with all signs pointing to Luka really wanting to stay a Maverick.
That was given was that there was concern that, beyond this summer, or that there's a chance you might not agree to the Supermax extension. Did you or anyone on your inner circle indicate that might be the case?
Absolutely not.
What possible reason could you have for wanting this caliber of player off of this caliber of team? Well, apparently, he's fat! The Dallas Mavericks traded the best guard who's ever going to play for them because of concerns about conditioning, injury risk, and off-season habits. Why is this an acceptable line of thinking when the player in question is producing at an elite level despite all of the things that you're talking about? When you find out, make sure you let me know. So you've decided that Luka Doncic, your 25-year-old all-world point guard, isn't the guy you want to build your team around because he enjoys the occasional hookah session and beer in his off time. And you want to go through with this trade despite him being happy on your team. Did you at least get a haul to make that kind of trade worth it? No. Like, what do you mean you traded Luka Doncic for one pick? You traded your franchise cornerstone in a win-now move and did not get Austin Reeves or the Lakers' best pick back. You traded more for Kyrie than you got back for Luka. What sense does that make? So let's pretend that you're Nico Harrison. You know that you want to trade Luka. You know that any team you trade Luka to will probably give you a ton of assets in that prospective trade. You know also that the Lakers are not on the short list of teams with enough assets to realistically get Luka. And so instead of doing everything you can to let every team know that Luka is available to get the best possible package, you do it under the cover of darkness and give the Lakers a deal so good that the other NBA teams and players thought they were being trolled. There were so many teams who would have been happy to trade you their futures for Luka. The Jazz, who were part of the trade, have been terrible for years and had no chance of changing that anytime soon. Danny Ainge might have given you 6 first-round picks and the right to his second favorite grandkid if he knew Luka was on the table. Sure, you wouldn't have been able to sell these as win-now moves, but nobody believed that lie in the first place. What possible reason could you have for tanking your own future like this? The organization. So, as crazy as the trade itself is, and it's definitely crazy, I think there's an argument that the reaction to the trade is even crazier. I don't want this video to be 7 hours long, so I'm not going to give you every detail, but let's do a quick speed run through all the ways the Mavericks have pissed off their fans just since they traded Luka. Hosted a press conference where GM Nico Harrison admitted not only that the owner laughed at him when he brought up the idea for a trade, but that he's not worried because he won't have the job in a few years anyways.
And the future to me is 3-4 years from now. The future 10 years from now, I don't know. I don't think they probably bury me and Jay by then, or we bury ourselves.
Yes.
Posted a hype video for the team where Luka was blotted out of the highlights using this green filter and their logo. Wow, I wonder who this could be. Spent weeks putting out anonymous hit pieces on Luka, from his work ethic and conditioning to his attitude. Kicked fans out of games for fire Nico Harrison signs, which apparently aren't allowed. This fan, who said it to Nico's face, claims his phone was taken and smashed, although I can't confirm that one for sure. They raised season ticket prices for next year too, because why not, I guess. I think it really says a lot about how delusional the Mavericks front office was, that they not just went through with this trade, but couldn't see a reality where the fans, and media might not agree with that. To not have any clue how you were really going to respond after a trade of this magnitude it's inconceivable, really. Usually this is the part of the video where I would have some type of, overarching point to tie all my other points together. But I'm mostly just confused still. It's been months since the trade happened, and even in the process of writing and editing and recording this video that you're watching right now, my one thought that I keep thinking is, why the hell would you ever want to trade this guy? I think this is the first NBA move where the conspiracy theories make more sense than the reasons we were given from the organization. Like Adam Silver wanted Luka in a bigger market so he could market him better. Okay. The Mavericks are trying to piss off their fans so that they can, move to Las Vegas and have the team be there. Sure, everybody else is. Ownership is secretly broke and just didn't want to pay Luka the money that they said they wanted to pay him. Yeah, that makes way more sense than what I've been told. Anything is more believable than you trading one of the best basketball players of all time to get better at basketball. For the Mavs fans, I can't say I understand. Your hearts were ripped out by your favorite team, who proved themselves to be not just incompetent and untrustworthy, but too pompous to really give you a transparent reason why. I can't say I'd be a Mavericks fan still if I was. How do you move forward with a team and trust anything they say or do after this level of betrayal? And in what is by far the worst consequence of this entire ordeal, Lakers fans are more empowered than ever to do what they do. I saw a Photoshop with Jokic in a Lakers jersey, and I can't even be mad at it anymore. Like, Luka fell out of the sky for them, like gift wrapped. Why wouldn't they think they could get Jokic? Like, for the rest of us, I think it's important to remember that as much as we love to watch and talk about the game, that for the owners, this is a business and always has been. Some owners will do everything they can to field a competitive team and make sure it stays that way, and some won't. So make sure you enjoy every single bit of success you see your team have, because nothing is promised. You are always one bad front office move away from being right where the Mavericks are. Thanks for watching. If you made it to this point in the video, thank you. I appreciate you. I hope you enjoyed it. It was a long and kind of confusing one to put together because, you know, feeling betrayed about a team that's not really your team is definitely kind of interesting. But yeah, I would love to hear what you guys think, both about the video, about the situation in general. Where do the Mavericks go from here? That one, I didn't really even know how to write that one in my conclusions, so I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts on that as well. Not really sure where I'm going with the next one, but I guess we'll see. Playoffs start pretty soon, so I'll probably make something for that too. So thanks for watching. Peace.